When you look at a city's skyline, it's just incredible, right? It's a testament to human ambition. But as we keep building higher and faster, there's this huge question hanging over everything. How do we build the cities of tomorrow without wrecking the planet today? Well, today we're going to peek inside the playbook of a major property developer, Brigade Group, to see how they're trying to crack that code.
Okay, so take a look at this. At first glance, it's just, wow. It looks like something straight out of the future, doesn't it? You've got all this greenery woven right into the architecture. It feels less like a concrete structure and more like a living, breathing thing. But here's the deal. A pretty building is one thing. The real story, the stuff that actually matters, is what's going on behind the scenes.
And that really gets us to the heart of it, doesn't it? How do you balance that relentless push for development with, our responsibility to the planet and to each other? What does a truly sustainable company actually look like from the inside? Well, let's dive in and find out.
So, Brigade Group's answer to that huge question isn't just about steel and glass. Their entire strategy, their whole vision, is built on three big ideas that all connect: planet, people, and governance. And look, this isn't just something where they plant a few trees and call it a day. This is the actual framework for how they run their entire business.
All right, first up, planet. This is where the rubber really meets the road, right? It's where all the talk about sustainability has to face the reality of construction. We're talking carbon footprints, how you manage resources, all the direct impacts these huge projects have on the world around us. So, what's the big, hairy, audacious goal here? It's this number, 2045. That is the year they've pledged to achieve net zero emissions across all their operations. And let's be clear, that's not just some target they're hoping to hit. It's a massive, long-term commitment that's designed to guide pretty much every decision they make from here on out. And this isn't something they just started doing because it's trendy. As one of their top execs points out, things like water harvesting, they were doing that stuff before the government even made it a rule. That tells you it's coming from a core belief. It's baked into their DNA. It's not just about ticking a box. Okay, so how do you even begin to tackle a goal like net zero? Well, you can't just do one thing. It's got to be a multi-pronged attack. They've basically broken the problem down into four key battlegrounds: slashing greenhouse gas emissions, completely rethinking how they handle water and waste, and then actively working to boost biodiversity on and around their property. You know what? Let's zoom in on one of these for a second, because this one is, honestly, it's just fascinating. We're talking about water treatment. Now, normally that process in any big building is a huge energy hog. So their solution is this thing called an eco-STP system. And get this, it treats wastewater using zero electricity. So how on earth does it do that? Well, it's all about biomimicry. It literally copies the digestive process of a cow's stomach. I'm not kidding. It's this brilliant, totally natural way to solve a massive environmental headache. But it's not all about crazy high-tech stuff. Sometimes the best solution is just getting back to basics, but on a huge scale. Take this number, 63,000. That's how many trees they've planted. 63,000. Every single one of those is a little step towards bringing the local ecosystem back to life. All right, so that's the planet part. But what about the second pillar? People. Because, let's face it, a building is just an empty shell without the people who build it and live and work in it, right? So this is all about the human side of things, from the safety of the workers on site to the health of the whole community. And let's start with what might be the single most important number we'll talk about today: zero. That's the number of fatal accidents they've had across their operations since 2018. Zero. I mean, think about that. In an industry as dangerous as construction, getting to a number like that takes an unbelievable day-in, day-out focus on keeping people safe. And their focus on people goes way beyond their own construction sites. Just look at this. This was a totally neglected, forgotten patch of land under a big traffic interchange in Bangalore. It was basically a local garbage dump. A total eyesore that nobody wanted to go near. And now, look at the transformation. They worked with the city and some local partners and turned that wasteland into this: a vibrant, clean, and genuinely beautiful public park. That's a real, tangible change that makes life better for everyone in that neighborhood every single day. This idea of investing in people also applies to their own team, big time. Check out this number, 89,000. That is the total number of hours of training they provided for their employees and workers in just 1 year. That's everything from technical skills to leadership development. Okay, so that brings us to the third and final pillar: Governance. Now, I know governance can sound kind of boring, but honestly, it's the glue that holds the other two pillars together. It's all about the rules, the ethics, the systems that make sure a company actually does what it says it's going to do. So, what is ESG governance, really? The simplest way to think about it is as the company's internal rulebook. It's the system they use to make sure all those big promises about the environment and social good are actually being tracked, measured, and, done. It's not just talk. It's how you build trust by being transparent. And you can see that commitment right at the very top. If you look at their board of directors, more than half, 54%, are independent. That's so important for keeping things objective. Plus, over a quarter of their directors are women. So they're clearly serious about building diversity right into the highest level of leadership. And holding all of this up is a whole set of really clear, strong policies. We're talking a strict code of conduct, an anti-bribery policy, plus policies on human rights and diversity, equity, and inclusion. Basically, these are the documents that set the ethical bar for every single person who works with them. So there you have it. Planet, people, and governance. It's a blueprint that tries to connect these huge, ambitious goals with actual, practical steps on the ground. But what does it all mean for the future of our skylines? I think this quote from their company secretary really nails it. This whole thing isn't a finish line they've crossed. It's a journey they're on. The whole point is to keep pushing forward, to keep taking real, sustainable steps that you can actually measure. And that leaves us with one last big question to think about. I mean, more and more of us are living in cities every single day. So as we keep building the world of tomorrow, you have to wonder, could a holistic blueprint like this one, that really tries to balance the planet, people, and good governance, be the model we need?